Happy morning, dear children. I welcome you back to the strong and valuable English language. Now, we are here to learn about A House, a Home, a poem written by Lorraine M. Halley. Children, do you think a house and home both seems same, isn't it? Let us see what the author says about that. And before that, we will see about the author itself. Lorraine M. Halley, Lorraine Martha Halley. He is an American poet born on December 8, 1921 in St. Peter, USA. She is very good at poet. She's a girl author. Her writing style is simple yet thought-provoking. In this poem, she aims us to make a clear idea or clear distinction between a house and a home. Are you ready, children? Right. And what is a poem actually? A poem is a collection of spoken or written words that expresses ideas, emotions in a powerful, vivid and imaginative style. A poem is comprised of particular rhythmic or metrical pattern. Usually, poem will have rhythms, then rhyming scheme and a pattern. Understood? Idea, expression, then thinking, then emotions, surprise, sadness, everything. Right. Why we have to write poetry? The greatest reason is because definitely I am saying your writing will be better. I promise you that your poetry gives a deep understanding of the language and it allows you to write in a different way. You will be different from others, right? Poetry enables you to express yourself and it gives a better idea. From your poem, others will get ideas also, right? In this poem, we are going to have a clear-cut idea. This is what is the objective of this session. What is the difference between a house and home? Most of us are making mistake in this. It sounds same, isn't it? House, home. Both seems to be same. Now, what is the difference? That only we are going to learn in this session. What is a house? House is just a set of rooms, floors, doors, windows. Right? It is a lifeless structure. You can say it's a lifeless structure. Now, what happens when it is a family? Okay. The next line states, it's brick and stone. Children, what is the first line dear? What is a house? It's brick and stone. Houses are nowadays built using bricks, right? In olden days, they use stones also. Even nowadays, they are using stones. They are using cement to place in between the two stones, right? And the Egyptians are the one who innovated clay. You know that? They innovated clay bricks. They dried in sun and they used dry mud clay to construct houses. And for palace, olden days palaces were built, right? How the palaces were built? Palaces, they used stones and lime mortar as a binding material. Lime mortar as a binding material for construction. Till now the palaces are very strong enough. Understood? The second line, brick and stone. House. What is a house? It's brick and stone. I hope you are clear with the first two lines, right? And wood that's hard. Classifying the wood, you all know it's a log of wood, right? Wood, classifying the wood as hard and soft is entirely depending on the seed, it seems. Right? The seed produced by the tree. If the trees are producing a very strong and the covering of the seeds are very strong, and then they are calling it as hardwood. If the seed is very soft, then they are calling that as a softwood. Right? But here the author represents the strong and hard wood. It doesn't represent the tree or the seed. Come on, tell me, did the author represent the seed or the tree? Actually, the log of wood only here they are representing. The log of wood has to be strong, so that the materials built by that, the materials made by that log of wood will also be hard and strong, right? So here the author represents the strong and hard wood used to build houses, used to create made doors, right? Clear with the and wood that's hard here? Yes? Shall we move to the next line? Some window glasses. Some window glass. Why windows are made of glass here? Usually windows are made of wood. Some windows are made of steel, iron, so many materials. Why particularly author is specifying window glass? Why windows are made of glass? Maybe the design is good. Is it so? Privacy. There will be a privacy, and one more is it will lower the heat from the sun, the protection from harmful ultraviolet rays. So usually you can see the car doors and skylights and cosmetic panels also will be there, right? All these. Yes dear, it is a protection. It is a way of protecting from ultraviolet rays. You can usually see cars, isn't it? You could see it for outside windows also, and it had more privacy to house. And one more thing I want to share you is tempered glass. Tempered glass, also called safety glass. That is the smartest choice for the windows and other glass structures in your home. You know, tempered glass will have the very thick. When it is heated, it will be cooled very quickly during the manufacturing process. This rapid change in temperature makes it about 4 times. You know how many times? 4 times. Can you able to see 4 in my finger? 4 times stronger than untreated glass. So when you are constructing a house, when your parents are constructing your house, you have to say that the windows has to be in glass, and that too in tempered glass. This should be your suggestion, right? And perhaps yard. I hope children you understood the previous line, right? Some window glasses. The next line is perhaps a yard. Perhaps. What is the meaning of perhaps here? Perhaps are used to show that something is possible. You're not certain about something. That is also there. That is also one of the meaning. Maybe, the word maybe and perhaps are adverb that will have the same meaning. We use maybe mostly in front or the end position, whereas perhaps is used in front, mid and end positions. Right? You know what is an yard? Yard is one meaning as the unit of measurement, that is equal to 3 feet or 0.9144 meter. That is metric unit. But here the author representing yard means area of land immediately adjacent to the building, or a group of buildings are there nearby, one space is allotted for a garden. Otherwise we can say in short a garden. Okay, backyard, we will have backyards. Most of us will have backyards in our houses. Sometimes it may be in the front side, sometimes it may be in back ways also. It may be either enclosed or open. Some yards will be enclosed and some yards will be open. Are you clear with perhaps and yard, dear? Again I am repeating you, perhaps are used to show that someone or something is possible. You're not certain about something. You have a doubt, right? Maybe. Maybe and perhaps are mostly the same. Understood? Yard here represent the place or otherwise garden near the house. Next line, it's eaves and chimneys. Eaves. Can you able to see that eaves here? Right? Eaves. Eaves of the part of the roof. Can you able to see the roof here, ma? Roof. Then the exterior wall. This is the wall, exterior wall, outside wall of our house. The connecting eaves are the part of the roof that hangs over the walls to provide. See, it is hanging. It is actually not connected to the exterior wall, right? The roof and the eaves here, then exterior wall is coming. Eaves are the part of the roof that hangs over the walls to provide shade to the outside of a house. It provides shade. An eave is formed when the end of the rafters extend. That is this is what end of the rafter. It is extending here, right? End of the rafters extend past the outside walls and hang over the side of the house, right? So this is what is your eave. The soffit is a paneling which forms the underside of the eaves, right? Okay, the exterior wall, roof, that extension, that shading area, the shaded area will be the eaves. Can you able to understand what an eaves is here? What is an eave? Tell me. Exactly, you write that in your notebook. Okay, good. Make sentence using eaves. Now here comes chimneys. Chimneys, a vertical channel or pipe which conducts smoke and combustion gases up from a fire or furnace and typically through the roof of the building. A coal fire, maybe in industries and all, you could have seen a big pipe, right? That smoke will come out of that, yellow smoke or flames will come out of that chimney. In olden days, lamps also are made of glasses and they are also called as chimney lamps. You can ask your grandmother also. She will say about chimneys. In olden days, that glass chimneys are used. Glass tube protecting the flame of the lamp. If we trim the wick, then the chimney will be over the flame. Right? Can you able to understand what is eaves and chimney? Understood? Yeah. Now, I hope this 4-5 lines, I want to make it clear in this 15-minute session. Again a recap. What is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass and perhaps a yard. It's eaves and chimneys. So children, now why wood is represented as hardwood and softwood? Say the answer here. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session. Welcome back, dear. The next line is and tile floors. A floor is the lower horizontal surface of any space in a building, including furnitures that are laid as a part of a permanent construction. A floor typically provides structural support of the contents of the room. It occupies the weight of the floor itself, right? And it looks very, very impressive and attractive. Good. Tile floors, the construction, when you finish the construction, the one which attracts the most is the tile floors. Clear, dear? Shall we move to the next slide? And stucco and roof. Stucco, the meaning of stucco is fine plaster used for covering or coating wall surfaces or molding into architectural decorations. You could have seen many architectural decorations in olden days. Can you able to see Taj Mahal, inside the Taj Mahal or inside the temple? Carvings will be there, right? The same way it is used to coat the wall surfaces and many decorations will be made. That is called stucco. Roof. You all know what is a roof, right? The structure forming the upper covering of the building or vehicle. Yes, children. Stucco itself is a cement type mixture. It is made of sand, Portland cement, lime, and water. It's really considered a thin finish coat. The outermost layer that is visible and can be painted. But to make stucco work, you need layers below it to provide an adequate base. Now, what is the difference between plaster and stucco? Products known as exterior plaster are the mixture of lime, plaster of Paris. You know all we will do in art and craft work, right? Plaster of Paris and water. These are all the mixture of exterior plasters. Stucco, however, is made from Portland cement, very high quality Portland cement, lime and sand. Roof, you all know, the upper covering of a building, right? Shall we move to the next slide here? And lots of doors. You all know doors are the barrier or the entrance of a building, or a cupboard, covering the cupboard, framework of a cupboard. Then where else we are using doors? What do actually doors symbolize? A door symbolizes the passage or the way from one place to another. It is actually in religious basis, if you want to say in religious basis, it is a passage from one world to another world. Right? From this living world to mythological world or heaven or a hell also. Okay, these are all the mythological ideas that old peoples will have. The main function of a door to maintain privacy and safety inside the house when it is closed. If it is room also, it has to be closed and to maintain privacy. Right. Doors connect the link between various internal rooms in our houses, isn't it? It gives an aesthetic view to the house also. Usually open doors provide lighting and ventilation to various rooms in the houses. Now if I'm saying about doors, I remember a riddle. Shall I share with you, dear? What goes through a door but never goes in or comes out? 3 seconds time for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Time is up. The answer is a keyhole. Okay. Then, what is a home? Now, I hope you understand the meaning of a house full of construction materials, all non-living things. Now comes what is a home. the place where one lives permanently, especially as a member of a family, right? To me, as I am speaking, to me, home means not one but many things. Home means an enjoyable, happy place. It's a happy place for me where you can live, where you can laugh, where you can earn. It's somewhere where you are loved, respected, and cared for. A home is a place where you're comfortable and feel as if you can be yourself. A home is a place where you just feed off with positive energy and feel free. Doesn't matter whether your home is inside nature or an apartment or a big house or a small house. It is a hut or a bungalow or a palace. It doesn't matter how a home is, right? But your heart is there. Can you able to understand here? Right. It's loving and family. Next, it's loving and family. Good family relationships are enjoyable, isn't it? Is it so? It just feels good to be part of a loving and warm family, right? A good family. What is a good family? Make children feel secure and loved, which helps their brain to be developed. It helps to overcome the difficulties with children, maybe eating, sleeping, learning and behavior also, right? Make it easier for our family to solve problem and resolve conflicts. Whenever there was a conflict, it will resolve it. Okay, family members will resolve it. Give children the skills they need to build healthy relationship on their own. So if you belong to a very good family, you will possess all these characters, right? Doing for others. There was a great saying, the greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do, right? Doing for others. What should I start doing for others? Start giving recognition and praise for little things. You know, if you praise for little things, that itself is a great doing for others. You have to give genuine praise. You should not say whatever they are doing, you should not say, okay, good, all that. Give genuine praise whenever possible. Doing so, it's a mighty act. Really, I'm saying you praising and giving an appreciation is a mighty act. You can see the change in themselves and change in yourself also. Amazing changes happened in my life, in my personal life. This happened when I appreciate children. Children are giving more and more output. They are coming up. They are excelling in their activities. Helping others is not only good for them, it makes us happier and healthier also. Right? Giving also connects us to others, creating stronger communities, building a happier society for everyone, not only to our family, to the world. We can also, it's not only giving money. Helping doesn't mean giving money. We can also give our time, our ideas and energy also. Can you able to understand there? It's brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, what you are seeing here is Shinchan and his sister. So the best you are seeing nowadays in cartoon channels, right? Brothers and sisters, otherwise siblings. Why you need a sister to play with? Telling stories. If it is our elder sister, she will accompany you by telling stories. Okay, they will listen to each other. Okay, but it has a useful purpose. Where children interact with parents, they'll learn more about authority, They'll fight with each other. Usually in all families, when there are two kids, brothers and sisters, or brothers and brothers, definitely they'll fight with each other. Right? Even for small chocolates and food items, they used to fight. That happens in your life also. Right? If you have siblings, you will have someone who belongs to you and who has shared memories with you and who can help you and support you. Children, so definitely don't fight with your sibling, your brothers or sisters. And fathers and mothers, children are amazing. You have to know the importance of mother and father. Really, that they are the role models. They are the heroes and heroines in our life. You have to praise them. You have to believe in their words and you have to follow them, dear. Fathers and mothers, together they help hand in hand to keep the family, raise the children, teach them values, culture, which they belong, right? The basic needs, they are giving you the basic needs like food, shelter and what? Clothing, right? They also give love to all its members and promote their welfare. The parents are the role model for the children particularly. Mother do more managing work and she's organizing the family. And fathers have the responsibility to lead and protect the beautiful and innocent and the good children like you. And he is providing you everything what you need, what the family needs, right? Everything is provided by your father. Father is leading the family, right? So fathers and mothers, can you able to understand here? It's unselfish acts. Very good sentence. In the first picture, can you able to see that two members or two boys are fighting for this small doll, right? Is it unselfish act here? No, this is the selfish act, right? Can you able to see the second picture? What it shows? Very good. This is what is unselfish acts, right? Now, what selfish people will do? I'll explain you what selfish people will do and what unselfish people will do, and you have to categorize which category you want to choose and which category you want to be. Right? Things that selfish people do. They withhold important information. They do not respect other people's time. They do not like to teach. They do not listen. They avoid responsibility. They take all the credit to themselves. They bring others down and build themselves up. Right? Selfish is defined as being focused only on yourself or acting that way. One who doesn't want to share their toys, their chocolates also. Right? Selflessness. When you are being selfless, you are thinking of other people before yourself. You are selfless. You think less about yourself and more about others. You are very generous and kind. It is another word of giving to others without looking for personal gain. Countless studies, there is a research shows that the people who smiles at others, okay, that itself is a great selfless attitude. They keep themselves comfort as well as others in a comfortable mode. Right? Next, feeding people in a hungry way and kindly sharing. Sharing your things. Sharing something else when you are having more. Right? Showing your loved ones. Loved ones. Yes, children. Showing here refers sacrificing. Thank you, dear children. We'll see in the Yes, dear children, showing your loved ones. When you love someone, you take actions and make sure that someone is comfortable. People who care about you will worry most about them. When you are going outside and playing, how your mothers are feeling. When you are coming late to home, how she's insecure. She feels insecure. She wants to safeguard you in all possible ways. Okay? Something may be wrong, may go wrong. All these worries will be there when you are coming late to home. You are doing all these, isn't it? You are going out and playing and you are coming late to home, right? So avoid all this here. You have each and every half an hour you come to home, say that, Mom, I am here, I am playing here, doing this, that, etc., etc. All these reasons you say to your parents and you can go outside and play, right? Showing here refers to the sacrifice that something or someone to make someone happy. When your mother is sacrificing all her life to the family, you all are happy, right? The same way, sacrifice makes the family fully happy. So that could be she's sacrificing her time, her energy, her emotions fully, her comforts, her pleasure, and what else is pending? Any other words are there to exact the sacrifice of your mother? No. So all her belongings, all her time, everything she is sacrificing for yourself, to your family, right? Children, you have to give respect to your parents' words. You have to listen to her words. You have to pray her as a God. Okay? Now, children, can you able to understand this sentence? Yes, dear? You are always caring. See the picture. This picture give you an idea of what caring means. How you know that someone cares, dear? Someone is caring about you. How you know that? Someone who cares will ask you how your day is, how are you, then what do you know? They want to know what you're doing actually. They want to know what you're doing, right? They want to know if something significant has happened in your life, any important functions or any other important things happen in your life. To the world, you may be the one person. To the world or to the crowd, you may be one among 10,000, one among 1 crore. But to your parents, you are the world. To your parents, you are the world. Right? Again, I am repeating. To your parents, you are the world. Caring people are polite, considerate, generous, or to say affectionate, patient, otherwise understanding, loving and forgiving. So many words you can say that. They go out of their way to make others feel special. When your parents are going to a function, they always say praising about you. My child is doing this, doing that. She did art and craft in a very innovating way. He's playing tennis. He is a national player. All that she used to praise you a lot, right? And one more thing, they go out of their way to make you feel special, to make you happy, feel more confident in yourself, right? Can you able to understand this sentence? Right. So as a family, our values should be honesty. Can you able to say honesty, enjoyment, trust, positivity, confidence, fairness, individuality, cooperation, respect, creativity, kindness, and responsibility. I started with honesty and end with responsibility. Right? Now, a short recap of a house, a home. Okay? Shall we start from the first slide? What are the sentence we learned? What is a house? What is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass, and perhaps its eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of drawer. What is a home? It's loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers. It's unselfish act. It's unselfish acts, kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you are always caring. Right? So who is the author of this poem? Lauren M. Halley. Again, one time you go through the poem, read the poem loud, right? So a small recap. Okay? A house and a home are not the same thing. They differ in many ways. A house is just a set of rooms made of brick and stone, wood and glass, tile floors, windows and doors. It is a lifeless structure. But a home, it's a living unit. It means a family, a set of members, parents and children. They are bonded with love and respect. They take care of each other. They share each other. The joy and sorrows are shared with each other. They work selflessly and cooperate with each other to meet their basic needs. Right, children? I hope you understood the poem, House, a Home. Now hereafter you should not use the word house. You have to use the word home. Right? Good. Now here working with poem, page number 16. Do you agree with what the poet says? Do you agree with the poet? A house is made of dash. Yes, children. I am waiting for you. What is the answer here? Exactly. Brick, stone, cement, hardwood, window glass and a yard. All these, what is this? A house. It has, what it has? It has eaves. Children, recollect the meaning of eaves. Eaves, chimneys, stucco, roof, tile floors, all these meanings, it has to be in your classwork. Okay? The meanings, first you have to write Roman number 1, synonyms. Write the meaning of eaves, chimneys, stucco, roof. Okay? 4 synonym words. Then you start with this question. Right? You have to finish your classwork. Yeah? In your classwork, after the synonyms, you have to write this. It has eaves, chimneys, tile floors, stucco, roof and lots of doors. A home is made by family members. It has unselfish acts, sharing and caring for the loved ones. Right? Now, complete the sentences about your house and home. My houses. See, this answer is particularly answered by me. I am not expecting the same answer from you. It is your own answer. You can write your own answer here. Right? My house is very big. My house has bedrooms. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 kitchen, 1 prayer room and a dining room. I love my house so much. The same way you have to write about your house. It is in your own words. You should not copy this. This is a model for you, right? The best thing about my home is the best thing about my home. What your home gives you. My home is giving me security. It offers security and they feel very affectionate to me, feel affection for human life. And it is one of the most important thing. My home is my world, right? The same way, the best thing about your home, you have to write it here. It has to be in your own words. Particularly, I am saying you, it has to be in your own words, right? Okay, children, any doubts? I am waiting for your doubts, dear. Okay, thank you so much.